Good evening, it's Melissa with Meraki Healing Arts, and did a shadow message earlier that came out. Felt that it was from the divine masculine perspective. So I want to do one for the divine feminine. Hold on one second, I'm going to grab another deck. All right. So we're going to use the same shadow work deck and see what comes out for the divine feminine collective. Calling on the Most High, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, asking for your protection and guidance over this read. Give us the message that we need to hear for the greatest and highest good. Help us to understand what shadow work is now being worked on by the Divine Feminine Collective, how to help them to work through that energy, bring awareness, and help them to transmute and alchemize that shadow, any pain, hurt, anger, feelings of loss, resentment, into power, growth, discernment, and alignment. Show us what I need to see. Show us what we need to see. Wow. They're mirroring to a great degree. Sorry guys, my eyes are watering from this Palo Santo. Okay. Well, very funny. These cards came out, maybe not in the same exact order, but these same cards flew out for the Divine Masculine. So talk about mirroring right now. Your shadow holds power, integration, depth, and alchemy. So doing the deep dive into the shadow is where you are or where you have been, trying to integrate your shadow and alchemize any of the more negative aspects of self, ego, jealousy, resentment, grief, pain, loss, all of that. You are integrating the darker sides of yourself, understanding them, where they came from, getting to the root cause is what I'm hearing. Getting to the root cause of any of your shadow, trying to understand what is yours to own, what is a wound that needs to be healed, what feelings of yours are projection and what are true to your situation. Acceptance isn't resignation. Surrendering to the process. It says presence and inner peace. I'm feeling that as presence as two things. Surrendering to your shadow, accepting the presence of your guides, ancestors, the Most High, being in your own presence, finding your inner peace, accepting what was, what is, and knowing that you do not fully have control over the future, in that you don't have any control over what anyone else does, only your own acceptance of it, and deciding what people, places, and things you allow into your energetic field, what you allow to remain emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically in your, not just in your 3D world, but in your light body, and finding inner peace as you go through the shadow work process. reminds you to be gentle with yourself. It's a time for self-compassion, permission to be soft with yourself. I don't remember if I showed acceptance isn't resignation. There's that one. And be gentle with yourself. See if we have anything else from the shadow deck before we move on to one of the soul light. And let's see, we have a couple of decks I felt pulled to for the divine feminine soul light, life messages, maybe the divine feminine oracle. But let's see what else you can or should be working on in your shadow at this moment. Have numb one, disconnection, emotional freeze, and avoidant coping. So be aware if you are using any substances to numb yourself or just feeling numb from all of the things you've been through. It's okay to isolate, but don't disconnect from your own self and from the Most High. Emotional freeze, where you're just so overwhelmed with your emotions that you are freezing and staying stuck or stagnant and not making any progress or any movement forward. Avoidant coping. So avoidant coping would be using things to numb yourself out, where it says numb one, because you're so deep in that emotion and just drowning in emotion. So avoidant coping could be using anything that is not healthy or for our greatest and highest good. That could be any kind of substance, drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, shopping, food, urge surfing, online, watching a million TikTok videos or drowning in tarot videos trying to figure out what your person is doing. Those are all things to kind of numb you from the reality of the situation and really deep diving in and understanding your wounds and working through them. So be aware of that and try to move past that stage if you are there. If you are drowning and in your emotions and using things that are detrimental to you, then, just know that there are so many places out there to help you. You can call 911, you can call 411 if you're in the States. Find a counselor, find a recovery community if you need to get help with any substance use. A trusted friend or mentor. A suicide hotline. Hope and healing, battered women shelters. There's a lot of different situations that people might be going through, and there is help out there. So, shadow, invisible one, shrinking, hiding, fear of being seen, feeling invisible to the world, and wanting to be seen, but at the same time fearing being seen. So not fully stepping into your power, fear of being seen, being vulnerable and showing who you really are in the depths of yourself, shrinking the magnitude of your power, your personality, your strength, your authenticity. You may have felt that others made you feel invisible, but that is a mindset that you have taken on and accepted from a pattern of situations, relationships, and experiences in your life. So it is time to really, really work on yourself. Do the deep dive, do your affirmations, do anything positive for physical, emotional, and spiritual growth to get out of feeling invisible to the world and being afraid to be seen for who you truly are. What else, Spirit? Got a little bit of a deeper dive for the feminine. Not surprising. Not that we're any deeper, just that females tend to communicate a little bit more. Anything else from this deck? Anything else from this deck for the shadow work for the Divine Feminine in this collective? No. I think that's all we have from this deck. All right, Spirit. Okay. I'm going to move on to the soul light. Actually, let's go with life messages. Angels, guides, and ancestors, give us the messages that we need to see to help the Divine Feminine as she works through her shadow work, moving through understanding and integrating our shadow and raising her vibration, healing old wounds, for the greatest and highest good of the collective. Give us the messages we need to see. Give us the messages we need to see. How do these cards, a particular deck, keep sticking? We have Inner Temple. I reconnect with my true self in sacred silence, finding peace in the inner temple of my soul. Here I reflect on life's lessons, restoring my tranquility and trust in the universe. Bathed in this divine light, I embrace the value of every step of my journey. And very much like the wheel in that card. So, moving through the cycles, finding value in the lessons, even the hard ones. And really going in and connecting in your own inner temple to your true self in sacred silence. Beautiful card. What else, Spirit? Oh, got a flipper. Searching within, what I see outside is a reflection of my inner self. Today, I empower myself by looking within to understand the root of any challenges I face. My inner wisdom offers the clarity and healing I need. As I explore myself, I transform and grow. What else, Spirit? The word root on that card was really sticking out to me. So, root chakra work. Remain in the light. Stay calm and wise, moving forward with confidence, knowing you will succeed no matter what happens. Remain in the light. By maintaining your faith and inner balance, you nurture your soul and become a strong representative of the light. Really just feeling, don't get stuck or stay in those dark moments. Reach out to someone when you are really, when you're at your worst and you really don't feel like doing that. Just reach out to someone. There is one person, there's got to be one person, one friend, one person that you can reach out to, even if it's an online friend in a spiritual community, and just let them know that you are really struggling. Hold on to the light of your guides and the Most High, and know that every painful lesson and moment that you go through, you've already survived it. You have already survived it. So you don't ever have to experience it again. You can choose to write a brand new story every single day, no matter what you have went through in your life. Every day that we are awakened, that we open our eyes, we have breath in our lungs, and the spark of life in our body is truly a blessing to be grateful for. And I hope that you hold on to that spark and that light and find it if you feel that you've lost hold of it. I've been there. I've been there, and it's rough. I send you love if you're there in the depths of all of that. What else do we have? Ooh. Wow. Wow. All right. I am free. The veil of ego lifts, revealing a new vision of my life. Focused on my inner growth, I listen to the voice of my heart and remain grounded in love, self-love, the love of the Most High. Free from fear, judgment, and duality, I step confidently towards inner peace. Wow. As the veil of ego lifts, revealing a new vision of my life. I'm adding in just as the I am focused on my inner growth. I listen to the voice of my heart and remain grounded in love, in self-love, and the love of the Most High. Free from fear, judgment, and duality, I step confidently towards inner peace. If you're not there, know that you will achieve this. You will get there. So keep doing the hard work. It is so worth it at the end. So very worth it. Wow. All right. Yeah. That was powerful. Okay. Any other guidance? I'm going to use the soul light. Soul light. Soul light. Soul light. Sorry, just trying to get the decks so they're not mixed up. Soul Light Oracle cards. So for moving through, once you move through the shadow, what is that transformation going to look like? Let's give you some light at the end of the tunnel for what you can look forward to. You may all be at different steps and phases of your shadow work journey. Okay. Mind cleansing. Purify the mind to gain clarity and purity. Purification, clarity, cleansing. Um, Cleanse your mind of any negative limiting beliefs, any toxic chemicals, toxic thoughts and words that were placed there by another that you have accepted as truth that are not. Mind cleansing. The next card out is inner peace. Find and maintain inner peace to enjoy tranquility and stability. And the words at the bottom are tranquility, stability, and serenity. Yeah. This keeps coming up. Someone's really struggling with some borderline addictive issues, because I'm hearing the serenity prayer. And emotional balance, you can look forward to emotional balance, and this looks like the scales of justice. Maintain emotional balance to preserve your inner stability and harmony. Balance emotions, stability. So the justice in all of this, you may not get justice from another person, from people of your past, but you will bring yourself justice by finding that inner peace, stability, serenity within you, finding your worth, finding your truth, letting go of those limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. So anything else, Spirit? Anything else, Spirit, for our soul growth? Anything else, Spirit, for our soul growth? Creative expression. Express your creativity to showcase your unique ideas. Creativity, expression, and inspiration. So as you go through this, there's so much in here. Seeing like the nautilus shell, stars, the ocean, the sea, things that look like DNA encoding and neural fibers. They remind me of the fibers going up the spinal cord. So alignment, DNA activations, ancient wisdom. Part of this looks like a backbone. Part of it looks like a dandelion, so wishes. Expressing yourself creatively as you go through this journey or come out the other side. So that could be journaling, that could be reading tarot, that could be writing poetry, music, a book, a story, an ebook, music, painting, creating any kind of art form, fashion, dance, your online presence, your creativity will be sparked and will align with the new you and gently bring you more towards your true authentic self and your purpose as you get to the other side of the shadow. Integrate all of that work through it, transmute it, and alchemize it. So, and anything from the Divine Feminine Goddess deck, please, to close out the read. Show us what we need to see. Show us what we need to see. So, for their full soul growth and integration, for their soul growth and integration, show us what we need to see. Show us what we need to see. We have passage. You are moving into a different phase of life. Rooted, stand your ground and know that you are connected. You are connected to all. You are connected to the universe. We all come from Source. We all are created by Source. We all have a spark of the divine within us. We all carry codes from the Creator. Any final message? Any final message? Any final message? Any final message? Final messages? Final messages? Any final messages? Any final messages? Two cards. Temptation. Be aware of temptation. Your integrity is being tested, so resist strain. People, places, and things. Align yourself with that which helps you to transform. You have the power to make profound changes. So go within that cocoon, isolate, connect with yourself, connect with the Most High. And only by doing so can you come out the other side beautifully transformed like the butterfly. So that is your read, Divine Feminine. I wish you peace, strength, and healing for the journey. Know that you will get through it and you are not alone. Namaste.